So, what is the most asked question in football? Yep, you guessed it, Messi or Ronaldo. Everyone has their thoughts and opinions on this, and I would like to hear yours too. Leave it down in the comments below, and while you're at it, can you please subscribe as well? Thank you so much in advance. Back to the question. As for me, I would answer Ronaldo, but not the one you are thinking of. I'm referring not to the one from the Madeira Islands in Portugal, but the Ronaldo from Brazil. Full name is Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima. Now, he last played for the Brazilian club Corinthians in 2011 and in Europe for AC Milan in 2008. So there may be a whole bunch of young fans out there who have never seen him play or saw him play only a bit. And certainly those who were not around for Ronaldo's earlier days in Holland and Italy, where he ruled the football world, scored almost at will and toyed with opposing defenders. On talent alone, he was second to none. Strikers like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Karim Benzema have stated that they both idolized the Brazilian magician when they were young. Manager Jose Mourinho referred to Ronaldo as the best player he had ever seen. Some say that Ronaldo never won the Champions League, and while that may be true, to me that is being really picky, and it certainly does not take away from the amazing player that he was, or the impression or the legacy he left behind. He joined Brazilian club Cruzeiro as a 16-year-old and made his mark almost immediately. He initially started out in the youth team, but soon earned his promotion to the senior squad. He impressed enough on a friendly tour of Portugal to the point that Porto, one of the clubs Cruzeiro faced, actually made an offer for him. Although it was rejected, Ronaldo's name began to become well known across Europe. That was followed by his 8-goal performance in the Supercopa Libertadores, even though Cruzeiro bowed out in the quarterfinals. After being an unused substitute as a 17-year-old in the 1994 World Cup in the United States, Ronaldo joined PSV Eindhoven of Holland. In joining PSV, he followed in the footsteps of his predecessor and fellow Brazilian Romero, who spent 5 seasons there and had much success before moving on to Barcelona. Here at PSV, Ronaldo would begin to show the rest of Europe and the football world just how special of a talent he is. In his first season with PSV, Ronaldo averaged an amazing goal per game by slotting home 35 goals in 36 matches in all competitions, including 30 of them in the Eredivisie, to make him the top scorer in the league. But if I learned anything by watching Ronaldo over the years, and especially before his knee injury, it is that his appeal was not just in the numbers he put up, but in the way he dominated his opponents by leaving them in the dust with his dizzying speed and stepovers. When PSV faced Bayer Leverkusen in the UEFA Cup, one of the players on the German side said that he had never seen any 18-year-old player play like Ronaldo did that day. Indeed, he was pretty much a complete player even at that young age. He left other opponents and spectators in astonishment, and the Brazilian youngster really started to make quite a name for himself. Ronaldo was slowed by a knee injury in his second season with PSV, but still found the net 19 times in 21 matches. Then, unlike his countryman and predecessor, Romario, who played for PSV for 5 seasons before leaving for Barcelona, Ronaldo himself moved to Barca after just 2 seasons in Holland for a reported then world record fee of £12.5 million. At Barcelona, he joined a star-studded roster, including Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, Hristo Stoichkov, Luis Figo, Jose Mari Baquero, and Fernando Couto, among others, and they were coached by the renowned Englishman Sir Bobby Robson. Ronaldo built on his budding status as the world's fastest rising star during what would turn out to be his only year in Catalonia. He found the goal an incredible 47 times in 49 matches in all competitions, including 34 goals in 37 games in La Liga. His dominant performances helped him win the FIFA World Player of the Year in 1996 and 1997, and also the Ballon d'Or award in 1997. Looking back at his career, this lone season he spent in Barcelona is considered Ronaldo's best season and his highest peak of his career, and it's hard to argue that. His monster season with Barcelona called for a renegotiation of his contract. However, that process would soon hit a stalemate, and the Italian club Inter Milan and their chairman, Massimo Moratti, were quick to swoop in with a $27 million offer to lure the Brazilian superstar to Italy. Ronaldo continued his rise to superstardom as he registered 25 goals in his first season in the Serie A, and he adapted very well in a league that at the time was considered the toughest for strikers to score goals in. He followed that up in the second season with 14 more goals in 19 appearances. But then Ronaldo would suffer a pair of injuries in the 1999-2000 season that would forever change the course and the nature of his career. He had a knee injury early that season, and when he made his return towards the end of the season in a match against Lazio, Ronaldo suffered a complete rupture of his right patella kneecap tendon. The injury was so bad that Nilton Petroni, Inter Milan's physical therapist at the time, said that Ronaldo's kneecap actually exploded and ended up in the middle of his thigh. Ronaldo would spend more than the next 2 years rehabbing his knee, and although he would go on to have continued success for both club and country, including a World Cup triumph in 2002, he was never quite the same player again. To me, Ronaldo before the knee injury was the closest athlete I have ever seen to Michael Jordan of basketball, in that no matter how many times you saw him do something incredible, you always expected something more amazing from him the next time you saw him. Michael Jordan could take someone who wasn't interested in basketball and grab that person's attention for a few seconds with his magical play, and Ronaldo, before his injury, could do the same kind of thing. He really was one of a kind. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.